Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions video on a new brand called Maskcara. It's spelt weird, so it's spelled M-A-S-K-C-A-R-A, which is funny because the brand doesn't even actually sell mascara. But I had never heard of this brand until recently, so I got some of their products and I wanted to test it out on camera for you guys to see if it is something that you guys would like to try. So most of the products are pretty inexpensive. Nothing that I bought other than one of their brushes was more than $14. So I felt like trying out a very inexpensive brand that could possibly have very nice products would be something good for other people to watch to see if you guys would like it as well. So if you want to watch my first impressions on the Maskcara brand, then just keep watching. My face is already primed, so the brush that I got from this brand is this double-ended brush, and it's the highlight and contour brush. So both ends, I assume this one would be for your contour and this side would be for your highlight. So it is a little bit more on the expensive side. It's definitely a brush that I have high hopes for because $35 is a lot of money compared to most of the other products. Here's the first deal. So all of the products come in like this little tin thing, which the packaging is really cute in the tin. It's not very sturdy. Like as soon as I opened them, I didn't realize exactly how they were gonna work. So there's a bunch of them that I've stuck my finger into the ends from opening them. If you do purchase anything from this brand, they have the little packs, and if you buy at least 4 tins, you get one of the little pallets that you can put them in. So they just come with the little things that you can stick the pieces in, so you don't have to use the tins. And some of the products in the tins did melt just a little on their way here, which it's hot outside, you're shipping makeup in the mail. I mean, that happens. So I'm gonna start with foundation. So this brand doesn't have concealer. I have 2 different shades of foundation that I'm gonna use, and I'm just going to use a lighter shade of foundation for my concealer, which is okay, we'll see how that works. I like using concealer, but I'm hoping that just a lighter shade of foundation will do the same thing. So here's something that I found odd. So this brand calls their foundation highlight. So like this is the foundation and it's named highlight, which obviously you can tell by looking at that it's not a highlight, but I just wanted to put that for reference in case you were on the website and you were like, okay, well the products that she mentioned are not on the website, so they're called highlight. So I'm not sure why they call their foundation highlight. That's besides the point. They call it highlight, so we're gonna run with it. So I have the shade Amber in this little tin here, and it is a cream foundation. So to be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out how to apply this. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to apply it is. If I should use a beauty blender or a brush. So I'm going to go in with the contour end of this brush to blend in this foundation. So I just applied the foundation. Now the foundation shade was picked out online. I've never tried this brand before, so this shade is a little too yellow for me. This shade definitely has a yellow undertone, and my skin is not super yellow undertone. I usually stick towards neutral undertones, and that usually works best for me. Putting it on with a beauty blender was not working for me. I felt like the product wouldn't pick up on a beauty blender, so I used a brush. And then I used a beauty blender to blend out the product that I applied with a brush. So this product is pretty thick, and I don't have a problem with cream foundation. I have dry skin though, and I can already tell you, I don't know how good you can see it on camera, because when I look at myself in a mirror from a distance, it looks good until I come up close. So on my nose and my smile lines, I get it really bad. And then my forehead, those are usually my 3 places that are really bad when it comes to being able to tell when makeup is like separating from itself. But the foundation is definitely separating from itself on my skin. It doesn't look perfect, to be honest. It's not a foundation that as of right now I would want to put on again. But again, it is a $14 foundation, but I do have many drugstore foundations that I like better. But as of right now, I do not like how the foundation is sitting on my skin, but we will keep going and see if we like anything else. Next, we're gonna go in with the lighter foundation shade. So this one is in the shade White Peach. I am going to apply this in the places that concealer goes and see what we think. So I'm just going to use one of my Morphe brushes, just a flat brush that I typically use for highlight, but I'm going to use it to apply this concealer, or this foundation that I'm going to use as concealer. Okay, let's talk. The foundation, so I use two different foundation shades, and I think I mentioned it a second ago, but both of the foundations that I just used are $14 each. So the foundations on my skin I do not like whatsoever. It is showing all of the dryness on my forehead. It is really separated on my nose, and especially right in through this area. My cheeks don't look that bad, but like straight in my T-zone right here, it is really bad. So on camera and like from a distance, I don't think it's that bad at all, but me zoomed in up close looking at myself, it is very, very, I don't want to say patchy. It's not really patchy. It blended, but it didn't blend like I wish it would have. The consistency of the foundation is extremely thick. Whenever you've seen the clip just now, especially of me applying it under my eyes, I don't know if you can tell in that clip, it was tugging on my eyes so bad, me trying to put that foundation on with a brush. The formula is so thick, but even though it's really thick, it's really not hard to blend out. It didn't take me that long to blend it out, just kind of sitting on my skin rather than blending into my skin. But we're gonna move on and keep trying. I have high hopes for the rest. So I got a contour and a bronzer. Both of these products are cream as well. So this is the bronzer, and this one is the contour, which if you can see, I've stuck my finger in because opening these tins. I'm just gonna try to figure out which one I want to use. I'm gonna use the contour shade I got instead of the bronzer, and it's in the shade Olive. So I'm also going to apply it with the same brush that I used for my foundation, the brush that I bought from this brand, and we're going to see what we think. Okay, so I just used the contour, and as you can see, I really don't hate it. It's not too muddy. I did have to blend it out quite a bit, and I did have to apply it and blend it, apply it and blend it to really get the color that I wanted. I think that the contour is something that I will definitely use again. As of right now, I really like it. It was not too hard to blend. These are creams. I wouldn't typically set them down with a powder, and I don't plan to set them down with powder. And that could change. Maybe applying powder would make the products lay better, but I feel like I shouldn't have to apply powder for it to look decent. But I do like the contour, but I'm going to move on to the blush. So for blush, their stuff comes, it's called Lip and Cheek. That is what it looks like in the tint. So I'm going to use the other end of the brush, and I'm going to use this to apply my blush and see what we think about that. I just used the Lip and Cheek, which is in the shade Sandstone, and it blended out really well. Actually, when I applied it with that brush, it was very like dotted onto my skin. You'll see it in the time lapse, but it was very dotted, but it blended out really well. I actually really like this blush. The blush and the contour are both blending very well into the foundation. It's just the foundation not sitting right on my skin. So I'm not sure if maybe the foundation would be better if I had a different primer on. I mean, I have my usual moisturizing primer along with my moisturizer and products that I use typically before my foundation. I'm not sure if there is a different way that I could apply the foundation that it would look better, But as of right now, I really like the blush and I really like the contour. It's just the foundation that I'm not crazy about. I'm going to use my own cream highlight. So this is the Smashbox LA Lights Blendable Lip and Cheek Color. I applied my own personal cream highlighter and now I'm going to move on to eyes. So I only bought 2 shades of eyeshadow from this brand. I bought the shade You Complete Me and Lullaby, which each shade retails for $12. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the shade Lullaby first, which is this matte shade. I'm going to go in with the shade You Complete Me now, which is a shimmer shade. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my own Better Than Sex mascara, and I used the Brow Bar Brow Gel just to lay them down. So the eyeshadow I really like. I picked up a lot of product on my brush to begin with because I had a feeling they weren't going to be super pigmented, but immediately when I put it on my brush I was like, okay, whoa, because then I had to blend it out a ton and it was not what I was expecting, but they were super easy to blend out. I would definitely be buying more shades of these eyeshadows. Now the eyeshadows do retail for $12 a piece, so I'm glad that they do work well, because the foundation by itself was $14 and then just an individual eyeshadow is $12. So it actually makes sense that the eyeshadows, I guess, are better than the foundation and some of the other products. But the eyeshadow I 100% love. I don't have anything negative to say, which I only bought 2, but both of the shades that I used blended together perfectly. I am in love with the colors. I definitely recommend the eyeshadow. And now for lips, I'm going to use a lip brush. I'm going to apply the color that I put on my cheeks since it was lip and cheeks. So I just applied the lip, which was also what is on my cheeks. When I applied the lip, it applied kind of like a lip balm, kind of like a lip tint. But now that it's had time to dry, it's a little dry on my lips. It's probably not something I would wear on my lips constantly. You can kind of see that my lips are cracking a little bit. Now, usually I would put a lip gloss on top of it anyways, but I didn't use one of my own lip glosses just to see how the product worked by itself. I do really like it on my cheeks though, but it's probably not a product that I'm going to use often on my lips just because it did make my lips a little more dry than what I prefer. But that is the final product and the finished makeup look from all of the products from the Maskcara brand that I bought. So going back over all of the products really quickly, the foundation I'm still not crazy about. I could try the foundation using it a couple different ways and see if it works better. I just think that it's too thick and too dry for my skin. It just kind of enhances the parts of my skin that are dry and makes them look drier than they already are. So the foundation is definitely not one of my top favorites out of everything. I will say though that the eyeshadow, that is 100% my top favorite thing out of all of these products. I definitely think the eyeshadow is worth the money. It is a little pricey though, paying $12 for just a single eyeshadow, but honestly I think that they're worth it. Like I said earlier, I plan on buying more shades. As for the bronzer and the blush, I do really like them as well. They blended really well together. I really am excited to use these products on my normal foundation that I already know that I like. I meant contour. I didn't use the bronzer shade earlier. I used the contour shade that I bought, but I'm really excited to also test out the bronzer shade that I bought. I think I've touched on everything that I've used. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I will link the Maskcara brand down below, and I will also link the products and the brushes that I used that were my own personal products rather than the Maskcara brand products. I will put them in the description box below so you guys can have access to anything that you would like to look at. Overall, I do recommend this Maskcara brand. I feel that that foundation could really work well on someone who has a skin type that isn't so dry, or even if your skin is dry, it might work for you. You never know. But that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like to follow me on my social medias, my Snapchat is al.tate, my Twitter is alanytate with 2 E's, and my Instagram is just alanytate. If you guys have any videos that you would like to see from me, please leave me a comment down below and let me know. I will be happy to do any videos that you guys would like to see from me. I really hope that you guys liked this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye! Zombie fan. I was petrified from it from Black Ops as a child. Hey, I'm good.
Let me have your phone.
Oh my god.
We're buying a 2-person kayak so I can do all the work.
We're not being immature and
What?
doing stupid stuff. I won't take you anymore.
You what?
What?
You gonna haul the yak on top of your car?
Mike and Laura will do it for me. And I might. I don't know, I found one today that was yellow.
No.
No, it's
No.
tan.
No,
It's khaki.
no, it was yellow
Oh.
for $98. Are they supposed to be inflatable?
No. Trust me,
It was
I've
on
done bought
Amazon.
one.
It said inflatable kayak.
You go-
Why can't they be inflatable? Why was that so funny? Well, I don't understand the problem. I really don't understand why it's a big deal. Why does it have to be hard? Bye!